Hi everyone, you're watching Good for the Game TV, and this is our Currie Cup Week 3 handicap projection video. We'll also have a quick look at what happened in Week 2. If you haven't subscribed to our video yet, please go down below and hit the subscribe button. We also did a Rugby Championship handicap projection show. I will put a link up to that at the end of the show. Right, let's move on to the Week 2 action, and Griquas kept the Kimberley dream alive. Those of you who read my Citizen blog last week will know if the Griquas make the Currie Cup final, and if they host it, well, me and many other punters are going to be making their way down to Lager Park for that one. Anyway, it wasn't the best performance by the Griquas. 37-29, they beat the Pumas. The handicap early in the week had been 6.5, so if you back the Griquas, then you won. But closer to game time, there was plus 8.5, plus 9.5 Griquas, so you would have won then on the Pumas with that 8-point margin. Fortunately, on this one, I was on Griquas points, which arrived in the end fairly comfortably, and it was a nice way to start the weekend. The Vodacom Bulls up against the Toyota Free State Cheetahs. This one, thank goodness for Henrik Swart on the handicap. I actually fancied the Bulls minus 5.5 quite strongly. And on the handicap show on Thursday night, it's every Thursday night live at 9 o'clock, where we talk rugby betting, he actually said that he liked the Cheetahs for this game. And it was enough to put me off getting involved in having a bet, because the Cheetahs were far superior to the Vodacom Blue Bulls, who look absolutely awful at the moment. And they won that game despite starting as underdogs. They won it by 16 points. On Saturday, we had the Sharks against Western Province, and here the handicap panel, well, we got this horribly wrong. It was our newsletter bet that went out on Friday morning. A link to that also in the comments section below. And the Sharks actually started plus 4.5 favorites. We got underdogs, so we got minus 2.5 early in the week. Sunbet. We thought we were onto a good thing, but it was an absolutely woeful Western Province performance. They were terrible. The Sharks fully deserved the win and are running out their 5-point winners. But really, Western Province, I've got to say, Jean-Luc Duplessis had an absolute nightmare at fly-off, and how he wasn't pulled off at halftime, I have no idea. But when Stander came on, things did improve a bit. Let's move on, though, to this week's fixtures. And I'm going to go straight to the Good for the Game forum, where I've set up the fixtures to put my handicaps in. And interesting this week, you're going to see all my handicaps in the same sort of region. The Pumas at home to the Bulls. Now, the Pumas have obviously lost to the Lions away, lost to the Griquas away. They're going to be no easy nuts to crack at home, I can tell you. I reckon here the handicap, though, will be Pumas around about the plus 6.5 mark. Remember, I'm not telling you where I think the game's going to end. I'm telling you, or I'm predicting here where I think the bookies are going to put the line. It doesn't mean, for example, that I don't think that Pumas can win the game. The Pumas plus 6.5. Cheetahs at home to the Griquas, a big derby. I even think it could be some sort of a playoff game coming ahead as well, because both of these sides look good for the semi-finals. I imagine the Cheetahs here will start minus 7.5. I'm not too sure about the Cheetahs' strategy on team selection. With the Pro 14 coming, will they rest any players, or are they going to be fielding a similar side? So we'll have to keep an eye on that in the week. But as things stand at the moment, I would say Cheetahs minus 7.5. And Western Province against Golden Lions. Well, the Lions came back to just beat the Pumas. Then they had a bye last week. Province beat the Bulls in their opener, but that line of form doesn't look as good after the Bulls lost to the Cheetahs, and Province didn't look particularly good against the Sharks. That being said, Province are always a different beast at home, and I'm going a minus 7.5 points here. Western Province is more or less where I think the line will be. That's the Good for the Game forum thread. I'm going to put a link up in the top here to the Rugby Championship, and also look out for our Tour de France previews. And we'll see you Monday night live at 9 o'clock for Use It or Lose It. We're going to be analyzing the Rugby Championships Week 1. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And as stated before, if you're not subscribed yet, just pop down below the video and hit the subscribe.